Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, fairy tale fans, and others who will stump on this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today we're reviewing episode 74 of Fairy Tail. And I'll be honest, first off, I want to apologize for the fact that the review was up so late, but I kind of forgot that it was Friday, mainly because of last week's episode. I just kind of got depressed with the series, and I didn't want to watch it anymore. So I kind of I put it out of my mind. I really did. I apologize for that. Because I wasn't supposed to do that. But, I'm upset and excited about this episode. I'm glad that they didn't show the Aquarius stuff again. Because, honestly, I thought I was going to go into another crying fit. And, actually, I kind of did, too. But not as bad as last week. But, yeah, I got teary-eyed, but that was it. I didn't, straight up start bawling or anything. But, I'm upset because the title of the episode is Celestial Spirit King versus Underworld King. And we really didn't see too much of that. We saw it, but, I had this issue. I wanted this fight to be awesome because I wanted it to kind of make it worthwhile that Aquarius is gone forever, right? That's what I wanted. I wanted this fight to be as epic and great as possible in order for her sacrifice to not have been in vain. And it really boils down to the fact that in anime or in shows in general, it's really hard to do an epic fight between a little guy and a giant. The Celestial Spirit King is huge. He is the size of a freaking planet. Well, I mean a moon or something. So he's a big guy. But Lumion, or what's his name? It starts with an L. Whatever, the Underworld King. He's a little guy. He's an actual normal sized person. And while they're both technically gods, the size difference is going to make the fight really hard. As strong as they both are, and as equal as they may be, at the end of the day, you can't have a huge guy with a huge-ass sword have an epic clash with a guy holding a book. Because that's literally all. He has magic. Well, not magic. He has curse, obviously. But at the end of the day, it's really hard to have that fight be epic and crazy. Granted, there was some epic moments in there, but there was no clashes because they can't really do any clashes. Now, mixed in with the fight, we got some Lucy stuff and Jackal stuff, which I was kind of indifferent to. And this is actually where I got emotional and teary-eyed again. Aquarius actually did something else for Lucy besides sacrificing herself in order to summon the king. And that is, she literally gave her magic she replenished her magic and gave her some power. Because Jackal was going to kill her, and then a freaking barrier of water showed up and protected her, and then gave her enough power to do the 88 Stars of Heaven spell, Uriometra, and she killed Jackal. Straight up, she killed Jackal. Jackal's dead and gone. Out of all the characters, I did not picture her killing him. It was weird. It really was. But anyways, so they did that, right? She kills him, and the Celestial Spirit King is now weakened because Lucy lost her magic, and that's something that the Underworld King, pointed out as a weakness, is that as long as he's a Celestial Spirit, he's tied to how much magic and power his summoner has. And because Lucy went down after killing Jackal, well, the king couldn't really do too much, but he did something. And I was confused at first because, right, at the fight that they were having their fight, which was good in some points but bad in some others, the king kept doing these rainbow slashes and shit. And then before he kind of has to go away, he kind of points his sword up and it starts glowing. And I'm like, okay, so what are we gonna see now? We're gonna see some epic thing because he better kill this guy. If you're gonna kill Aquarius, the king better at least kill this guy. Like, just him, at least. Because he's the problem, right? It's his fault that all this is happening. So at least kill him. And then he starts chanting the 88 stars heaven spell. But I was like, wait a minute. He's going to use... Wait, what? And so I'm like expecting him to use Uranometra, but then he doesn't. He does like this galactical blade attack, which causes like a rift in space, causing this giant beam of light to strike down. And, you know, the Underworld King is like, oh crap, this is dangerous. It's a very, you know, it's a huge area of attack. I'm not going to be able to get away with this, or, you know, get away from it. But then he's like, wait a minute, you're going to kill your summoner? And, like, questioning the king for his current idea. And then he gives that, you know, that troll grin. He literally just trolled everybody. Because what he did is that he destroyed Alegria. Meaning that everybody is back. Everybody's back. Which is awesome, obviously. I mean, I was wondering how they were going to do it. But then I was like this. Really? You had your chance to kill this man, and you didn't take it to bring back everybody else. Did Aquarius' sacrifice mean nothing to you? And then before he leaves, and I mean, this is exactly right before he leaves, he's like, my dear old friend, I have one more thing I can do for you. I'm like, you better bring Aquarius back. That's what you need to do. But no, he technically, quote unquote, kills the Underworld King. He turns him to stone. Like, he's gone. Like, done. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to show up at some point later on at the end of the saga to be like the final boss. But for now, he's gone. So I'll give him props. Technically speaking, he did kill him. We'll just have to wait and see how he comes back. I'm pretty sure Kyoka's going to have to do something to do with it. And I gotta say, the funniest thing out of the king destroying Alegria, the funniest thing is they showed Ersa and Minerva, right? Like, they were the first ones they showed. And then, like, Minerva's questioning all these light beams that are showing up and popping up everywhere. And then she turns around when she hears a noise coming from where Ersa's at. And she, like, starts breaking out. And you just see Minerva smile, like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. And then, like, Ersa just pops out of the freaking rubble and just strikes Minerva with her sword. And she's like, Ersa, this is what I've been waiting for. And I was just like, Minerva would be the only character in this series that would be excited about Ersa coming after her. It is funny. I gotta say, this episode, while it did, I was still upset. I'm still upset. I am. I'm still upset about the Aquarius thing. It made me laugh. That right there is how you do comedy gold in this series. Like, when you have, like, Minerva, I love Minerva. I love to hate her because she's such a good villain. And the fact that this is something she did, and she's the only one that would ever do this, just gives her that kind of just higher character quality, I guess you could say. Oh my gosh, I love her. Like, she's like, to me, Minerva is one of the best villains Fairy Tail has ever made. And I always love these characters. Like, I always try to find the one villain that you're supposed to hate. Like, you love to hate that character. And Minerva is definitely, like, she plays the role perfectly. And this just was hilarious. But other than that, everything else was just serious. Like, you see everybody, like, people meeting back up, and then over here doing this, and then Makaro with everybody else, and then you see Kaji looking for Lily, and then you see, like, Jubia looking for Gray, and, like, Gray trying to get himself on the ground. We didn't even see Natsu. Happy's trying to find him. And then, like, the shark dude, whose name I promise I'll try to remember for next time, because he's gonna be important, okay? He comes up, remember, he's the one that said we should kill her right now instead of playing with her, because she might be dangerous, or, you know, I mean, she's the only one that survived. That might point to something. Maybe get rid of her now. They didn't listen to her, and now the king of the underworld is gone. Jackal's dead, so he's gonna kill her. And, you know, I was, like, expecting something crazy to happen, and it didn't. Like, he went in, and then he was blocked by Gajin. And I was like, yeah, Gajin-san, there you go, buddy. And then the skeleton dude who for some reason I forgot his name. And I knew it. I did know his name, and I'm kind of upset about that. But he shows up, and he's gonna attack Kazu, and then Juvia shows up out of nowhere. She's like, I got you. And well, by the way, Lucy's saying their names every time they pop up. So she was like, got you. And then Juvia. And then Silver shows up and freezes Juvia's water. And then is about to attack her. And then Gray shows up and breaks the ice. And then obviously Lucy, Gray. And then Tempesta shows up and he's gonna blow them all up. And then Natsu shows up and I was like, this shit's about to go down. I gotta admit, like that last scene was hype. I'm sorry, that last scene was hype as shit. And like, it's set. Like our guys are set. Like this is the funny thing is that everybody else, all the other members of Fairy Tail, were like, I wonder what Gajin, Ersa, Natsu, and Gray and Juvia are. Like you could have made it more obvious that they're the ones that are gonna be doing the fighting from now on. So we have our sets. Everything is set up nice and well. I was hoping Tempesta would fight Laxus again, but you know what? I'm fine. I don't have a problem with it. So the fights are set. Ersa versus Minerva, Gaji versus Shark Dude, Juvia versus Skeleton Man, Gray versus Silver, and Natsu versus Tempesta. And I gotta admit, this is gonna be hype as fuck. I can't wait to see these matches. I really am. Like one of the ones I'm really looking forward to is Gray versus Silver because it's father and son, so that's gonna be an epic clash right there. And the Ersa Minerva fight, that stuff is always exciting, so I could totally just imagine myself that fight being epic as well. The only thing I'm still confused about is like, what the heck is Kyoka gonna do during all of this? Because she wasn't shown at all. I mean, she was shown when everything went haywire, but like she still doesn't, like she's not paired with anybody, so who the heck is she fighting? Like, because all the other members are dead, so it just leaves the 5 that are gonna fight right now and her. So what's her purpose? Like, who the heck is she? The one that's gonna revive the king, the underworld king? Like, what is going on there? I don't know. I'm really not sure, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this review. Super stoked for next week's episode. I can't wait to see what happens. I think the fight we're gonna see next is Gray versus Silver. I'm not sure though. They pointed it out like it's them. Like there was a focus on them before the episode ended, so I don't know. And by the way, I love the pose. The thumbnail, I love that. That's epic as fuck. I know Gaji is kind of like kind of obscured because like the way the timing of the picture that I took, but it still looks epic as fuck. Like those 4 are gonna go in. Juvia is one of my favorite characters in the series. She's definitely my second favorite female character in the series. I just love her. She's awesome. So I can't wait to see her fight versus Skeleton Dude. Gazi versus Shark Man is probably going to be more of a tough guy battle, so I'm not too sure about that one. And Natsu versus Tempesta, we'll just see. We'll see how that goes. He has fire now, so it's going to be kind of like an even matchup, I guess. But, you know, out of all of them, realistically, it's Gray versus Silver, Ersa versus Minerva. Those are the 2 fights I'm the most looking forward to. But obviously, I expect all of them to be epic, at some, to some degree. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this review. Link in the description where you go watch this on Crunchyroll.com. And as always, my name is SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos.